Keir Starmer just got destroyed in Parliament, and the entire chamber couldn't stop laughing. What you're about to witness isn't just a debate, it's a political execution. Kemi Badenoch walked into that chamber with receipts, and she didn't hold back. Every promise Starmer made, every policy he championed, every number he threw around, she dismantled it all. Live, on camera, in front of the entire country. If you want to see more moments like this, hit subscribe, because what happens next will shock you. It starts innocently enough. Starmer stands up, confident, ready to defend Labour's economic recovery plan. He talks about protecting working families, about investments, about growth, the usual soundbites. But Kemi isn't buying it. She asks one simple question, just one, about Labour's latest promise to safeguard household incomes. And suddenly, Starmer's confidence cracks. His answer? Vague, rehearsed, empty. The MPs notice immediately. You can see it in their faces. The smirks, the side glances, the shift in energy. And that's when Kemi strikes. She doesn't raise her voice. She doesn't need to. She just lays out the facts. Cold, precise, devastating. The numbers Starmer celebrated, misleading. The policies he promised, full of holes. The protection for working families, non-existent. Starmer's face says it all. The swagger is gone. Panic sets in. He tries to recover, launching into political doublespeak, those abstract phrases that sound meaningful until you actually think about them. But Kemi isn't having it. Every sentence he throws, she counters with surgical precision. Every claim he makes, she exposes. Every gap in his knowledge, she highlights. And the MPs? They're eating it up. Then comes the line that breaks the chamber. Sharp, witty, brutal. The kind of line journalists will replay for weeks. The kind that goes viral within minutes. And here's the thing, the more Starmer tries to defend himself, the worse it gets. He's not leading the conversation anymore. He's reacting, scrambling. Every hesitation, every fumbled answer, every desperate glance around the room, it's all caught on camera. And the MPs are barely holding it together. Some are hiding smirks behind their hands. Others are shaking their heads in disbelief. Even Labour backbenchers look uncomfortable. And just when you think Starmer might find a way out, Kemi drops the bombshell. She calls out, Labour's failed promises on public services. Specific examples, real numbers, undeniable proof. The chamber erupts. Laughter, disbelief, chaos. Starmer opens his mouth to respond, but nothing comes out. The humiliation is complete, and it's all happening live. So what happens now? Can Starmer recover from this disaster? Or is this the beginning of something bigger? Because Kemi isn't done. She pivots to law and order. The promises Starmer made about crime rates, about policing, about keeping communities safe. And once again, the numbers don't add up. The pledges he campaigned on, exposed as incomplete, misleading, or outright failures. Starmer tries a weak smile, a little shrug that says, I've got this. But it's transparent. Everyone sees through it. The Labour benches exchange nervous glances as Kemi tears through the inconsistencies. The gap between rhetoric and reality is widening. And then she delivers the personal zing. Not crude, not aggressive, just devastatingly clever. She references a campaign promise Starmer boasted about during election season, and shows exactly how far he is from delivering it. The MPs lose it. Not polite chuckles. Full, contagious laughter that fills the chamber and echoes across social media before the session even ends. Starmer tries to interject, but Kemi's interruptions are sharper, faster, more precise. He looks small, defensive, completely outmatched. For the first time, it's not about party lines, it's about competence. And the MPs are responding to raw, undeniable authority. Kemi has it, Starmer doesn't. He tries the classic deflection. International trade, global crises, vague references to distant problems, hoping to cover domestic failures. But Kemi anticipated this move. She's armed with facts about UK trade deficits, rising inflation, the real impact Labour policies are having on everyday families. Starmer's responses? Weak, filled with platitudes. Kemi's counterpoints? Crisp, data-driven, merciless. She talks about the rising cost of living, energy prices, the state of public services, and the MPs react visibly. Some nod, some shake their heads, some can barely contain their laughter. This isn't just a debate anymore. It's a masterclass in exposing an opponent who's clearly out of his depth. Then Kemi shifts to Labour's environmental promises. Those so-called green initiatives Starmer championed. She dismantles them one by one. Delayed implementation, budget oversights, local failures that contradict the glossy national narrative. Each revelation makes Starmer squirm more visibly. His face betrays the panic rising inside. He tries to pivot to long-term goals, to sound visionary, but Kemi is relentless. She punctures the rhetoric with biting humour. Clever metaphors, real examples from local councils struggling to deliver basic services. The chamber reacts every time, laughter mixing with murmurs of agreement, and Starmer is left grasping at air. Every evasive sentence falls flat. Every vague assertion is exposed. Every awkward attempt at humour dies on arrival. And just when you think it couldn't get worse, Kemi delivers the coup de grace. A statement about Labour's internal contradictions that makes Starmer look indecisive, inconsistent, and unprepared for leadership. She references multiple policy reversals, past gaffes, campaign missteps, all framed in a way that's devastatingly simple and impossible to ignore. The MPs are covering their mouths to hide laughter. Others are shaking their heads in disbelief. Starmer opens his mouth to interject, but it's too late. Kemi has already taken the narrative, owned the room, and left him flailing. This isn't just political embarrassment, it's a full-blown, live demonstration of how leadership credibility can crumble in minutes when confronted with truth and sharp intellect. And Kemi isn't finished yet. Her final blow targets Starmer's communication strategy itself. She highlights how Labour's promises sound good on paper, but fall apart under scrutiny. How voters are being misled by carefully crafted slogans that lack substance. How Starmer himself seems unsure how to navigate the contradictions he's created. She asks one final rhetorical question, one that hangs in the air like a guillotine. If you can't even answer questions in your own parliament, how can you lead the country? The MPs erupt again, some laughing, some stunned, some muttering to colleagues. Starmer looks around helplessly, his composure shattered, while Kemi sits back, perfectly calm, the embodiment of controlled authority. The room has seen it all, the strategy, the facts, the wit, the humiliation. And as the session ends, one question lingers. Has Labour just witnessed the beginning of a very public unravelling? This is the moment that could define the next election. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Can Starmer recover from this? Or is Kemi just getting started? And if you want more political breakdowns like this, subscribe and turn on notifications, because Parliament is about to get a lot more interesting.